Hi, I'm Jeff Brubaker.
And I'm Connor Hickman.
Today we're going to be talking about the Neo cover. It's an innovative product that doubles as a light switch cover as well as a magnet, so you don't lose your key items such as your keys or your flash drives, etc. So we're going to kind of talk about the logistics behind that and why it's such a great product. So starting with like the specs of the product, the features, like I mentioned before, it's a light switch that doubles as a key holder. So it uses neodymium magnets with the ability to hold up to 27 keys. And some of the benefits of this product is convenience. Obviously, keys are a really important part of everyday life, whether it's getting to your apartment or driving your car. So losing these is obviously a big issue. So the light switch is one of the first and the last places you're going to go when you come in and out of your apartment or your home. So having the keys be present there, it's going to make you remember where they are, and then when you see them instantly, you're not going to have to go searching. Another element that we really enjoy about this product is it's very discreet, meaning it just looks like a normal cover. So other things, when you're putting like holes in your wall and stuff, it's kind of a distraction for people coming in and out. But this one's very discreet, and it saves space, kind of the same idea. It's not going to be another thing to put up on your wall. And then kind of what we already mentioned is there's no damage to it. So there's no holes, which is obviously going to be very key for people who live in apartments who can't put holes in their walls. And then easy installation. So it's basically just a screw, and you already have the holes in there. It's already been installed in your home, so it's an easy access. All right, so talking about competition for a little bit. Command, that's a big company that everyone knows. They're in every retail location making command strips and products like that. Pinterest and do-it-yourself. This is something that we thought of as a unique competitor. If you go on Pinterest right now, you'll notice there's all these different cool, innovative ways that you can build your own key holders. And Pinterest is obviously massive with various demographics. So people are constantly looking at new, innovative ways to do everyday activities. Also, home improvement stores, which actually it doubles as one of like the people we want to work with. However, home improvement stores have the opportunity to have their own alternative methods and things like that. So it could be a challenge to try to get into these stores and they could be competing against us. And kind of some examples of those are Home Depot, Ace, Lowe's. And then also we did a little bit of research and we found that wallplates.com was a place that they specialized in different graphics to put on these light switch covers. So that's definitely an element of people who maybe want to decorate a little bit differently. They might go that route. And then there's some things on Amazon that we found. Just various companies like Magnetic Key Rack by Savvy Homes, which is a similar type of product. And then UV Gear magnetic screws, so the keys actually hook onto your screws magnetically. So those are just some things that are like Neo cover, just a little different that we can see as competition.
All right, the next portion that we're going to be talking about is our target market. So the first one that really comes to mind is kind of a natural market, would be apartment owners. We have a lot of customers that aren't allowed to drill holes in walls, kind of like Jeff mentioned earlier. And this kind of groups in with college students. You get college students that are just really disorganized and need a place to hang their keys and can't use nails or tacks or anything like that because they're not allowed to put holes in their wall. And a solution to that, like we talked about, might be command hooks. But command hooks can be damaging to the wall paint, so they might not want to use those in fear of having to surrender their security deposit, or in the case of college students, end up owing money to the school for damages done to their apartment. The next one that we thought of was on-the-go parents, taking their kids back and forth to soccer practice, gymnastics class, music lessons, school, so on and so forth. They are going to want a place where they can hang their keys as they're trying to wrangle their kids either back into the house or out of the home, and then they can just easily grab them and turn the lights off at the same time. And then another one is workshop owners. A common problem, an age-old problem that will probably never go away, is people working with screws or nails and constantly losing something and just needing kind of an extra set of hands. So they can do that, and as they're going in and out of their workshop, place screws or nails or even their hammer as they're going in and out of the shop. As we were thinking about our target market, we thought about their needs. And kind of what I talked about is just a simple place that they can keep their keys or any items that might be in their pocket, such as pens or, as Jeff mentioned, USB drives. And that a place that they can easily keep track of those items without damaging the walls or drilling holes or stripping the paint. And kind of, as I mentioned, an extra pair of hands. And then lastly, just convenience and speed. And I know that we've talked about that, but just to emphasize again, it's just one natural motion to put the keys on or take them off as you're going in or coming out. And then to expand on the target market, we were trying to figure out where they might look for a product like this. And as we were discussing, we realized that neither of us had heard of NeoCover before this class. And we thought, people won't go seeking it out necessarily unless NeoCover does a better job at getting the word out. So for now, we need to be available in places like home improvement retailers like Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, spaces where they're already going to be looking for different items or materials to improve their homes. Also, Wayfair.com is a home improvement or home decor online retailer. And again, they're the same thing as the brick and mortar retailers. They're going to be looking at different ways to improve their spaces. And then Amazon is a big one. Amazon is one of the, if not the largest retailers online in the world. And then once they have heard of our name, they can go and buy directly from us, cut out the middleman, and deal with us directly at neocover.com.
All right, so moving into more of the logistics side of things to the supply chain, we kind of talked about what are the different raw materials that we're going to need. And fortunately for us, it's pretty basic. So basically what we broke it down to is these magnets that are incredibly strong, the plastics that are actually going to be the cover, which is the majority of the actual product, the screws, and then the epoxy, which is just going to be, if you look at the actual design of the product, basically the entire plastic piece is not magnetic. There's just about 3 pieces of the magnet on the back that appear to be glued on. So that's kind of the route we were taking with that, just thinking about the very little pieces that are going to go into the overall product. And then measuring performance within the supply chain. This is really critical, something we've talked about in class a lot, especially as you're looking to expand and grow as a company. There's inevitably going to be issues in the supply chain. So there's some ways we thought of combating those issues. So utilizing a supply chain management software was something that we thought would be extremely important. Clearly, as a small company, we don't really have the resources to necessarily go through every single logistic aspect on our own. So looking to use software provided by another company could be very beneficial. So the one that we did was Intellex. And basically, I kind of have it broken down up here. It's on their main website, is this phrase right here, that life cycle approach to managing all your supplies and reducing risk across your supply chain. So really, it's basically an all-in-one product, and it breaks down really nicely into various aspects that we think we could utilize in every area of the supply chain from front to end. This is kind of the breakdown here, which is also found on their main website, which is searchable supplier inventory, non-conformance reporting, corrective/preventative action tracking, supplier performance rating, automated email task alerts, root cause analysis reporting. So yeah, all these things are kind of all under one umbrella, which was important to us to get within one software, because we think that sometimes when you try to translate it among many different things, or you try to do it all in-house, it can get very confusing. So we wanted a logical way to break things down. All right, so moving into selecting suppliers. One thing we talked about extensively in class was going green, and I mentioned the textbook, I believe on page 321, about the idea of it's no longer an option to be green, either it's being government mandated, or basically it's pressure from the outside, or it's simply the right thing to do. So that's something we looked, especially with plastics, because that seems to be an issue that is translated across all different industries, is plastic seems to be wasted a lot, or not recycled, all these different things. So we wanted to find a place that provided plastics while being environmentally friendly. And the place we kind of found that was Piedmont Plastics. And then combining with that is their years of experience and they're high quality products. So they've been around for 50 years. They've won the environmental awards, many environmental awards, including IAPD's Environmental Excellence Award, which is incredible because they're such a profitable company while combining making sure that customers understand where their products come from and being conscious of the environment. As far as magnets, we looked at dhgate.com. They had a bunch of different products at a great price. That was kind of the deciding factor, as well as having extensive reputable companies who have worked with them in the past. So it was actually, we were able to break down the numbers for this one. Piedmont would be a little bit harder. We just need to kind of figure out demand and do a little bit more market research to navigate that price. But it's 3 to 4 cents per magnet, and in bulk, if you want 200 or more, it's going to be $676, which really you can't beat. We looked around, that price is kind of unmatched. And then for the screws and glues, we found a wholesaler, Reese Wholesale Hardware, which is in Denver, along with Piedmont, just for proximity reasons as well as price. That was the big deciding factor.